G'day, listeners. Welcome to Barkarati, a little special we're just putting together around the beer discussion. We've had so much contact about the beer, Barkarati, the Sailor's Lager. So we're just going to do a little bit of a quick excerpt. It's myself and Nick. Bring Nick in.
Nick, who's that?
Nick Boyce.
Oh, Boyce. All right, yeah, copy. Yeah. Where's our other mate? We've forgotten him again. Don't get a complex, BP.
No, we love you, BP.
Man. All clear. But the idea, we got a huge amount of feedback regarding the beer from the episode. Well, basically when we gave it, presented it to BP during last episode. Mm-hmm. So the idea is we're going to replay that part just for anyone super interested in it. And then at the end of it, so stay tuned, we are going to announce the Barkarati Sailor's Lager Ambassador Program. And you need to be on board for this because there will be nothing better than being part of this program moving forward and part of the future. So stay tuned, listeners, and we'll update you shortly.
Yep. So we're just going to replay the piece about our time with Greg Logan from Narrativity that we had in episode 66. And, and we'll come back. BP, have we got a story for you, bud?
Every week.
Every week. The beer story. We want to tell you what's been going on. Do you want to start, Boyce, or should I preposition it?
Why don't you pre-position it and I'll just put in my normal smart-ass comments halfway through?
Before we do this, would it be worth letting the listeners know that I do not know nothing. I absolutely know nothing.
You know nothing. Are we talking about the beer still?
Yeah. I know we're doing it.
Yeah.
At some stage.
Yeah.
And why don't you lead in there, Jay? Because what I'm going to do is prepare... and I'm going to share the screen. I mean, the listeners will eventually get to see it, but also to show our label.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, BP. Do you want to bring up all the other stuff for the whole PowerPoint? Pages?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was just about to pull it up.
This is actually a presentation.
Yeah. No. So what's happening, BP, is you have a choice in life how you want to take things on, right? So we decided to do this beer thing because, we thought it's a good correlation, sailing and a beer afterwards, Barkarati, the whole thing, where you have a beer and you do your Barkarati in the bar explaining your race with your hands, right? And that's how we got to making a beer, and we've been following through. So you have a choice though in life whether you want to just have a bit of a half go or you have a proper go. And never done anything with Bicey where it hasn't been a full proper go, right? We do a full professional campaign, everything gets done. So we had this, we had to go through, we've tasted the beer, we've done all the taste testing, we've found the brewery, okay, so we're working with the brewery, but now we had to get our cans printed. We had to come up with taglines, and we thought we started doing we were emailing each other all these different taglines, and it was a bit sort of half-assed, right? So what we've done is we were offered this time where we've actually gone through with a specialist and created our image as the company Barkarati Beer, okay? So we've actually got a whole message. We haven't just gone and produced a beer. We've actually created a whole story around what Barkarati beer is, and that's what we're going to take you through. And our listeners, we want to explain. Should I explain the whole context of what we did?
Yeah, I think, and the people and everything involved. I think it's, first of all, I'll give that little part there. Yep. I was lucky enough to be introduced to a great guy by the name of Greg Logan, who is very well known for his brand and marketing presence, not only in Australia, but around the world. And he's doing some work on behalf of Founders First, who are a craft brewery accelerant. And through a few connections, we were, again, lucky enough to be able to work with him on a very, very good terms.
Very good terms, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've spent a little bit of effort and time, and the whole concept is positioning the company and what sort of message we want to create. And he, you think it's just going to be this ordinary discussion around, okay, are we a fun brand, or are we this sort of brand? What are we trying to do? But he actually asked us some incredible questions and changed our whole thinking. And I've spent a lot of time in the corporate world. It was undoubtedly the greatest corporate experience time of doing this sort of stuff in my whole life. So his theory and what we've done is that the way people respond and communicate is by one great cultural thing that we use is movies. Everyone can understand movies. You can talk in the language of movies. And
we're not making a movie. BP.
No, but that's what's going on. So we've got this whole language of movies. Do you want to share it, Boss, or?
So we'll talk through it.
Okay. I'll bring mine up then so I can talk to it as well.
Yeah.
Go on. So you start, Boss, because I haven't got mine up.
All right. So basically how Greg started off is he was asking himself when he first came up with this concept, he was asking himself, why do I sit through a shitty Adam Sandler movie? Because it has a genre, it has an enemy and superpower, it has the quest, it has the tagline, and it has basically this whole storyline and a love story, and everything attached to what a movie is what keeps people in. So after this 90 minutes we basically had an interview with him, and he came up with all of this. So, of course, the genre of bar karate, it was quite obvious where we were. There was a list of maybe 15 to 20 different genres.
What would you guess, BP?
Say again?
What sort of genre film, like if you're going to the movies, what sort of film would you describe bar karate as?
Oh, on the spot, I would have to have a little bit think about it, to be honest.
Well, is it a drama?
Pretty wacky.
Is it a drama? Is it a comedy?
Pretty crazy movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably European Vacation.
Yeah, okay. You're onto it.
Yeah.
So go, Boss.
So genre, comedy, of course, that was pretty clear. So, and he also, not only is it just a comedy, but why is it a comedy? Because, well, we like to think so, bar karate puts you in a good mood. So this will all start to make sense as we get down the page here. And then in every good Hollywood movie, you have an enemy and a superpower, the emotional point of difference. So the enemy and superpower for bar karate, after our little timers interview, is we fight the bullshit with a few laughs on tap. Okay?
You like that?
So,
yeah.
Jordan?
Okay.
Take it away.
Okay, so next is your quest, which is what your purpose or your mission is, okay? And it's got to be from the customer's perspective, what you do, why you do what you do, okay? And so our quest, bar karate's single quest, is bringing people into sailing, okay? Which is fair. That's what that was the whole reason we put this together. Mm. And then we went on, and you've got to come up with a tagline. And this is where we started. It ties you to your quest, okay? So a tagline. And we had a whole bunch that we came up with, and then we had a whole bunch that came up as part of this. Do we want to run through a few of them, Boss?
Yeah, a few examples. Bar karate, where legends and stories grow. Bar karate, taller tales. Bar karate, full of vitamin C. Bar karate, extend the sail, similar to like the 19th hole, say. Bar karate, it's a shore thing. Shore as in being on the shore. Bar karate, sunk by unsinkables. Bar karate, sunk by sailors. So there's quite a few there. And there was one that stood out for us.
Yep.
Bar karate, where the treasure's buried.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the minute you open
can
that
I say
can,
I like that one? Can I say that was? Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah. Well, that's it, mate.
That's it. So we've made the decision.
Yeah.
But bar karate, where the treasure's buried.
Yep.
The minute that can opens, that's where all the stories come out. That's where the tall tales come out. That's where all the good part about sailing happens.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Then we had to go on.
Before
We get to the can.
getting to the actual can itself, because I'll show that to you in a minute. But of course, with any good Hollywood movie, there's a love story. And that love story is told in a few different ways. So the sailor's love story. Here we go. Be prepared. Get the tissues. Time is a demanding, impatient, and relentless bastard. So make the time you spend worthwhile. Hanging out in the best spots on earth, wiping away the salt, telling stories, exaggerating the truth, and sharing a few laughs over some clean, crisp, cold ones. Time ain't such a prick after all.
We're creative little buggers, aren't we?
Very, very good. I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
So that's the sailor's story. Now let's move to the venue story. Why would the yacht clubs want to stock Barcarati beer? When sailors, it's a sure thing. When sailors step off the boat, there's one thing you can count on. They'll grab some beers and partake in Barcarati. Liberally using their hands and arms, they relive the close calls, tacks and tactics of what went down out in the water, and it's never lost in the telling. It's why they need a few beers, one that's made for them. Sailor's Lager has been designed to taste best when wiping salt off your face. It's clean and refreshing, smooth and creamy, goes down super easy with a nice aftertaste. Makes it hard to stop at one. Make your venue the place where the treasure's buried.
Oh.
You excited?
Yeah.
Then off the back of the can, so when you buy your cans, off the back, it'll give this story. You've stepped off the boat. Now it's time to partake in some Barcarati. Throw your arms around, reliving close calls, tact and tactics, wiping away the salt, exaggerating truth, sharing a few laughs over some clean, crisp, cold ones. This is where the treasure's buried. Yep. So that's the love story.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have the people behind it, the product, and the place.
Yep.
And what you're about to see on your screen doesn't have your name on it yet, BP, because you weren't part of the process, but it's going to.
Yep.
The people behind it are very naughty boys. So you want to take this one away,
Well, this will
Jordan?
be what's on the website. You know, rather than having a website that says about us, it's going to say very naughty boys, Nauti, yeah. So it'll say Nick Bice, Brett Perry and Jordan Spencer are great sailors, good mates, excellent drinkers and terrible brewers. Like all sailors, they love a beer on the docks or the yacht club and wanted one made for that occasion. They're not stupid. That's why they got Deal Stanley Hunt, the award-winning brewer from Slipstream, to make it for them. Okay? So we're talking about us, and we're just a bunch of sailors who just knew how to get some beer made. The product, it's the Sailor's Lager. So for those listening, it's going to be called Sailor's Lager, Barcarati Sailor's Lager. Made by sailors, drunk by sailors, this beer has been designed to taste best when wiping salt off your face. It's clean and refreshing. It's smooth and creamy. It goes down super easy with a crisp aftertaste. Makes it hard to stop at one. And then the place.
Oh, and this to me is the clincher.
Yeah. The place. We're all in the same boat. This beer comes from the ocean. It's inspired by it, made close to it, and best enjoyed after sailing on it. It's not about one place, but that feeling of freedom that the ocean provides all of us, no matter where we are. And the tagline again, where the treasure's buried. How's that?
Native. Awesome.
So that's the process we've been going through, BP, because we actually want this to work, you know. We don't want to make a few beers. And we want the yacht clubs to understand this is a genuine offering. We want the people listening, they're going to buy a Barcarati beer and they're actually going to enjoy it and going to want to recommend it to their mates. So the next step, BP, was to make a can that people can't miss and a logo that people are going to recognise and one that is unique to our sport, that people in our sport would identify with. And so that's been ongoing this week. Bicey's run this program. I've only just added input, just cheering that on. You're loading that up, Bice?
loading up
Are
now.
we going to share this with the listeners this week? Are we going to share them the imagery or not?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Basically, there was a. There we go.
There it is.
BP.
What do you think, BP?
Love it.
This
Hey,
is going to be.
I am seeing this for the first time, so please, I am seeing this for the first time. So, yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I want one.
Well, funny you should say that. I was reading this, going through this process and reading this to my wife, who doesn't really drink at all, and she's like, "Oh, I could do with a beer right about now."
And the imagery and the logo, my wife saw this as well, and she's just like, she's blown away.
Yeah.
The good thing is it'll make a good T-shirt.
It's going to make fantastic merchandise.
Yep.
And when we do share it, there's probably the listeners assuming we're going to use what is the current logo of the bow down.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But we're not. We're going with something completely new, which has an international flavour.
Yep.
And that came all about because, again, Greg Logan from Narrativity, when he started talking about is where do you want to end up? And he was looking international. We're looking at our local yacht club initially, whereas here we have something which has global reach 100%. So, and we've also concluded with Greg that we're going to get him on one of the shows, the podcast, and to get him to explain in his words the process that he goes through here. Because I got to tell you, it is unbelievable.
Yep.
And such a cool experience.
Yep.
Well, you've been all over it. It's very impressive, and I have to say it has been a busy morning for me, and it's very, very busy sort of session straight from the water into the microphone. So I haven't stopped, and I've just seen that. So you can tell where I'm going to go right now.
You won't be working this, are they?
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Yeah, but that we'll put it up. I think Bicey will share it. Probably share it on the website rather than the Facebook page. But that can should jump straight off the shelves and it'll look good in the hand. Like that's it's pretty cool, huh?
Well, I'm not going to give too much away, but the colours are very drinkable. Is that a good way of putting it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Going to feel refreshing.
And actually, we're working on another little project. It actually jumps off the shelf, opens itself, and starts pouring down your gullet at the same time.
Oh.
So, yeah, there you go. So we're
robotic bar karate sailor's lager.
Yep, bar karate, the sailor's lager. So if you are listening and you're thinking this is all a bit of a joke and no, we've actually been really serious about this. We've haven't got a huge amount going on at the moment, all locked in our houses. So
we already
busy.
discussed it last week. Our mate came on and said he couldn't believe that the T-shirts weren't a scam.
Yeah.
You know,
No, we do things properly around here.
Happen.
Yeah,
and talk about it enough, it's going to come to reality, right?
Yeah, and well,
that's right.
The beer is going to be good. The beer is going to be good. So we're fired up. All right,
and the other one, just to let you know, guys, is we start brewing next week.
Yeah.
So we're going to have product within about 3 weeks' time.
Yeah.
So
we better start selling some stuff then.
Yeah.
Why not? We'll just put it on the Never Never like everything else.
Yeah.
Give it away. Give it away.
But if you're interested, you can talk to your local yacht club and get them to contact us to stock it. Otherwise, we got to work out a partnership agreement where you can order it through one of their bottle-os because they probably won't initially stock it. We don't expect them to. But if you do actually want it, maybe the cheapest way to get it would be to go through the bottle. I'm not sure if we can sell it direct. We're working on that.
No, we'll basically what will happen there, men, is you'll be able to purchase it through the Founders First platform.
Yep.
Which will be up and running very soon.
Yeah, okay, great.
Can that be for international guests? I mean, have you looked into that? I mean, I know you're not
international at this point in time is not.
It's not
easily achievable, but it will be.
It's not easy because of all the different licensing laws and what you have to put on the can, and it's not as simple as just sending some beer across that we can work out yet. But we're trying. So if you are international. I don't know. Maybe we can post some. Maybe we can just post some in a box. But it'll cost a fortune.
It'll happen.
that was an elaborate little story. It's a pretty good one, though. I think.
G'day, fellas. Hey, am I meant to be here? I just walked past my computer. It was still on. You're still here talking. What's the deal?
He's back.
Where have you been, BP?
I don't know. I've just got this ability to disappear, and I just saw you were still talking. I thought I'd come back in and see if it was on. Is this live?
No. Well,
Podcast live, recording.
We never edit, so yeah, effectively.
Yeah.
There you go.
How was your dinner, mate? Yeah, good. Hope you enjoyed it.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Oh, just let us do the work.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know I left my computer on, to be honest.
We reran that whole beer episode, BP. We're doing a little beer special. So we've just been through the intro. So we have Bossy has an idea. It's the same.
Yes, gents, I've got an idea, and typical bar karate style, I haven't run it past you yet.
Well, I didn't even realise you were on air.
we might as well just take it straight to the masses. So Sailor's Lager is literally in the can at the moment, the big can, about to be dispensed into the smaller cans and ready for consumption. Now, what I'm going to introduce, and listeners, listen up. This is what's going to happen. Every single one of you out there right now, Bar Karate listener, is a Bar Karate Sailor's Lager ambassador.
Ooh.
You can get Sailor's Lager into your yacht club. I will send you personally a discount code to be used on our merchandise page. So whilst this is being recorded, we've got a big team behind us who are building the new merchandise range, which will be available at barkarate.com. And again, if you, as an ambassador, get our beer into your yacht club, speak to your bar manager, I will give, and you send us an email, cheers@barkarate.com. I will give you a discount code to be used next time you're on our merchandise page. How's that sound, boys?
BP?
Oh, well, I mean, I love it. I think it's a fantastic idea. Great opportunity for you to get some of our merchandise.
We haven't got any left. We've got 3 shirts left.
No, we got out of the last run. We got 2 T-shirts left, and but the new range is coming, and you will get a significant discount on your next purchase.
If you promote the beer to the yacht club, and we get
absolutely, and it turns into a sale.
Yeah,
of course.
So we've put an amazing amount of work into creating a logo and a look for the beer can. So the merch will be around the beer side. Okay, it won't be bogan at all. It's very, very cool. The people.
What are you trying to say?
The people that have seen it have been blown away. Let's just move past that other point. So yeah, that'll be cool, and it should be pretty exciting. I think. The reason we're sort of focused on it is we've done a small run initially. Because we have no idea about sales. We have no idea what the level of interest in sales is going to be. To that end, it costs a lot more to do it in a small run, effectively, on a unit cost basis. So if we sell, I've worked out on the numbers, if we sell every single case of beer at full retail price that we have to charge, we will make $0.
Yes! Yes!
Right, so the Bar Karate merchandise, if we give a discount on that as well, based on that theory. Yeah. Rightio, get ready to put it back in the take it to a negative again, lads.
Look, no, just sell the beer.
All good. It is, no, seriously, get behind us. We want to make this go massive. We want to brew big numbers, so that brings the price down and makes a better experience for everyone, makes it a much easier purchasing for everyone. So let's do it, guys and girls.
The only other thing I think we could add there is that it's a win-win because, one, you get to drink really nice beer. We've put a lot of work into this beer. We think you'll like it. So you're not exactly losing out if your yacht club stocks it. And let them give us a try. We're good guys.
Yeah. It's where the treasure's buried, gents.
Where the treasure's buried.
It is where it is buried. Yep.
Correct.
Look, the worst case scenario for us is that we just get to drink a lot of beer.
I like the idea of bootlegging selling out of the back of my ute.
Yeah. Well, the whole Etchell fleet will be in for you, won't they, BP?
Yeah, they already are, mate. if we don't sell as many as you think, we've already sold to the Etchels, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
I think that's it, gentlemen.
That is.
Yeah.
Thanking you, and look forward to everyone wiping the salt off their face, enjoying a sailor's lager.
Cool.
Where the
Bye,
treasure's
buddy.
buried.
Okay. There was just a little gap in your song there, BP.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I had it under playing. I just picked it. I had it playing underneath. I just obviously picked it out.
I broke all the strings.
Ah, good. See you, bro.
The crest comes under me.